So apparently, Tina Brown, the famous UK journalist, failed journalist really because she lost some really big jobs in New York when she decided to team up with Harvey Weinstein. But she has been very vocal lately because she has this new podcast called Tina Brown's version of hell or something about Tina Brown and hell. Like she's become this hellraiser. Tina Brown's Fresh Hell, I think it's called. And since that time, she's been on the circuit. She's been talking and she's been trying to drum up traffic, get eyeballs, get people to listen to her hell. And to do that, she has decided to um, hitch her wagon to Harry and Meghan and talk about them and lambaste Meghan, which is always a moneymaker. It's amazing. And, you know, just basically she lambastes, as many people as she can, but in particular she lambastes Meghan. She says Meghan is stupid. She can't make any good decisions. She's foolish. She makes bad business decisions. Everything she does, basically turns to mud. And yeah, she has nothing good to say about Meghan. But lately she said something about William because William has been unfortunately having a very hard time where everywhere he goes, and I do mean everywhere, he's booed. I mean, he was in South Africa recently, he was booed. He went to Australia, he was booed. He's now in Belfast, or he was in Belfast, Ireland recently. He made a surprise trip to the country and he was mercilessly booed to the point that they had to quickly escape. I mean, he always seems to be in a situation where he has to escape through the back door or escape quickly in a car or whatever to get away from the danger of the aggressive anti-William sentiment that seems to be taking over gradually in the world. I mean, everywhere he goes, he's booed. I mean, it's in the Caribbean, it's in Europe, it's in not Antarctica, in Australia. It is in Africa. Everywhere he goes, he's getting booed lately, and so Tina Brown has been talking about that, and basically what she seems to be saying is that Harry needs to come back to the UK so that he can, I guess, carry some of the weight of the anti-William sentiment. I mean, maybe Harry, I guess what she's trying to get at is if Harry is there, he can be more of a distraction so that people can pelt Harry and Meghan instead of pelting William, and to a lesser extent Kate, because she's nowhere to be seen since 2023. They don't make joint appearances anymore, and they have even informed the public well in advance that they won't be making joint appearances. For example, when William went to the Earthshot Prize in South Africa this month, he had already told us in February that Kate would not be there, right? Kate and William have made very few public appearances. I think they went to the Remembrance Day ceremony recently together, but that is an aberration because lately they just have not been making appearances together. So Kate has not really been booed as much as William for that reason because no one has seen her. Plus, she was out with the cells, whether they're precancerous cells or cancerous cells, we don't know because there's so much discrepancy and inconsistencies in the stories that have been fed to the press to the point that the Agence France Presse at one point dubbed Kensington Palace and William and Kate as akin to Iran and North Korea for propaganda. So we don't really know the truth. And frankly, my dear, I don't even think it matters. I mean, what is the truth in this situation, whether Kate has cancer or she has cancer cells? At the end of the day, it's her business. It's just a question of don't lie to people. Don't lie to your subjects. That's all I'm saying. Be honest with your subjects. Be fair with them, right? Tell them what's really going on, or don't say anything at all. But I digress. I mean, this is about William and the fact that everywhere he goes, he is being booed. And for the life of him and his handlers in the press, I don't think they know what to do. It says here, and all of the major news organizations in the UK have picked up on this story. So here in GB News, it says here, um, the headline of this particular article is, let's see here, the Prince of Wales met with Irish. No, that's not the headline. It says Prince William met with boos in Belfast as protesters attempt to sabotage royal visit. And, they go on to talk about the fact that, these people were trying to sabotage. Well, I don't think people who are booing are ever trying to support. So, I mean, I guess they would say it's a sabotage. But what's interesting is that people are not doing that with Harry and Meghan. No matter where Harry and Meghan go, they are met with loving hugs, welcoming smiles, kisses, dancing. It's such a joyous thing to have Harry and Meghan. I mean, Harry and Meghan walked into a Starbucks. It's a beautiful story. You to go into a bookshop. It's like, oh my gosh, William, who's been doing this whole solo thing lately without his wife, as I said, except for the Remembrance Day celebrations last week or so, just can't seem to hit a stride where people are, happy to see him. He's just been sort of this unwanted guest wherever he goes, and he has to quickly run and hide or go through back doors to get out of harm's way because people just don't want to see him. And Tina Brown, as I said, has said that there's a Harry-shaped hole in the monarchy at the moment. Imagine that, right? She said something about, despite the passing years, there is still a gaping Harry-shaped hole in the depleted royal lineup. As a veteran of 2 military tours in Afghanistan and founder of Invictus, the substantive charity that brings hope through competitive sports events for injured vets, the Duke of Sussex, now stripped of his military honors, surely deserved a place on the remembrance balcony. The British nation needs his human touch, and so does his ailing father. Prince William just acknowledged that in this past year's scourge of family illnesses, when his father and wife fell mortally ill at the same time, has um, has been brutal. But the other prince, who could possibly lighten the load, is still benched in Montecito. So basically, she's saying that one thing is there's a Harry-shaped hole in monarchy, but the other thing is that Harry is not pulling his weight. He's benched in Montecito while his father is mortally ill, while William's wife is mortally ill, and while William basically is having a brutal time. So basically, this is still all Harry's fault. It's Harry's responsibility to lighten William's pain. It's Harry's responsibility to, get his mortally ill father to be recuperated. A mortally ill father who just got back from an international tour that took several weeks with his wife, albeit his wife is now sick and laid up in a hospital somewhere with some chest infection. That's true. But this mortally ill father has been going about business as usual, throwing garden parties and refusing even to see his son when his son took a red eye from California to the UK as soon as he heard his father was ill, right? Tina Brown wants to now put this all on Harry, like as if Harry's some lazy athlete benched in Montecito who's not pulling his weight on the basketball court. I beg to differ with her because, as I said, Harry has made many trips to the UK. Harry has publicly made many overtures to his family, all of which were rebuffed by his family, especially his father. His brother has gone on record to say that he doesn't want anything to do with Harry ever again. Um, so I'm not really sure what Tina Brown expects Harry to do in this situation. He can't stop his father from having cancer, but his father is doing quite fine. as far as I can see, right? He didn't even lose one strand of hair. Ditto for his wife, Kate, who just recently unleashed a video where she said she's now basically cancer free, although we're not allowed to say that she's cancer free. And she looked like, $1 million frolicking in the wheat fields with her husband and her children. So, what is it she wants Harry to do in terms of this statement about being benched in Montecito? Should he not? These people have basically shown that they don't even want to talk to Harry. They don't want him near them, especially if he's still married to Meghan Markle and if he's still an active father to their two children, Archie and Lilibet Diana. So what is it that she wants to do? What is she talking about? This Harry-shaped hole in the monarchy? Is it Harry's job to save William, to carry the load for William, to cover for William? Is that all they see for this man's future? That's his whole future, is to be second fiddle to William, to get on his knees to William just for even the basic support from William to get the press to stop attacking Meghan. Harry has to get on his knees to beg William to do that because William to this day has not lifted a single flick of his tongue to ask the press to back off of Harry's wife. Yet you want Harry to drop everything, unbench himself, and go save William from being booed, and go and save William from being asked to rend some accountability for the slumlord allegations that have been leveled against him and his father, King Charles. Right? I mean, you wish that Harry and Meghan were still living in Frogmore Cottage so that you can all turn this whole slumlord thing on Meghan somehow. You find a way to take it from William and Charles and say that it's Harry and Meghan who are straining the public purse by living in Frogmore Cottage. You wish that they were there to do that, Tina Brown, but they're not there. So then she's going to get on her Hell podcast to make these ridiculous, inane statements that Harry is benched in Montecito, as if somehow it's Harry's fault that all of these things, she says here, this past year's scourge of family illnesses, as if this past year's scourge of family illnesses is Harry's responsibility to fix. So, the whole thing I say about that is, you know what, you guys? I mean, these people are just absolutely ridiculous, right? And I'm not going to sit here and, hyper analyze the BS because it's BS. But, the idea that Tina Brown wants Harry to come and save William from these boos is pretty rich. And, good luck with that, Tina.